Well, hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tech Tip Tuesday. My name is Ken Close, USA Healy World member and engineer, pioneer. Been here with Healy for since the Stone Age, I think, and happy to be so. I am joined by our awesome co-host, Jake Barron, head of operations. How you doing, Jake?
Hey, Ken. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we have an awesome customer service representative in the chat. Dongni is joining us tonight. Everybody say hello to Dongni and welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you,
Uh,
Tom.
Yay. So, hey, by the way, folks, if you haven't been to Tech Tip Tuesday before, well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you have, well, then you probably know how everything works. But let me explain a little bit how we do things around here. This is a chat-based forum where you guys bring your questions to the call, throw them in the chat, and then myself and Jake and Dongni in the background in the chat will solve the mysteries, give you resources, help you out with understandings, whatever you need. What we talk about here is we talk about everything around the apps, the technology, any struggles you might be having, and all that fun kind of stuff. What we can't do is we can't treat, diagnose, or prevent any kind of diseases, disorders, or physical issues. But we do have a great resource that we can point you to for gaining some information about what program you might need for what issue you might have. But other than that, we're pretty open. This is really a pretty flexible platform. So you guys kind of direct the call and we just answer those questions. How about that?
Sounds perfect.
All right, you guys. And by the way, if you have any friends out there, copy the link for this call, shoot it out there to them, say, hey, come on, join up. And we can help you guys get a little bit deeper understanding. Kind of a easy crew so far, Jake.
Yeah, just getting warmed up though. Well, the questions will be coming in here very soon, I'm sure.
We're rolling in here in a minute.
Yep.
I love it.
Here we go. First one.
Here we go.
My
Yeah.
iPhone has been telling me that I have notifications from HealAdvisor. Do you know where I find these messages? That's a great question.
Uh-huh.
And this is one of the cool features about HealAdvisor, specific, not HealAdvisor Analyze app, HealAdvisor app. So the Wave app, the three color wave, the one where you find the search module, you actually have the ability to enable notifications. When you first install the app, you can enable them. You can also adjust those later as well, and you can set it to give you reminders along the way. Things like, hey, it's time to run your morning program if you have like an IMF schedule set up on your device there. And this is one of these things also where you can you can set up notifications or reminders within the app itself. But then if you're talking about notifications in general from the iPhone, there's a different section too also where you can sort of turn on and off the permissions to allow those notifications as well. But if you're getting the notifications, that means that they are turned on. But as far as where you find them, I'm actually going to open up my app too to see, because usually I've never really, if you get the reminders, I just, hey, great reminder, and you can open up the app from there. But as far as I don't remember if there's like if they're stored in a certain section. I think it's just like a push notification, a pop-up, and then after that, it's not like a history of all your notifications within the app itself. I don't think, at least.
No, so when you guys, if you have ever set a program or added anything to the HealAdvisor program portions, in other words, you've set up some notifications there. It pushes a notification to your iPhone when one of the days have shown up for you to do one of the programs that's in your schedule. That's one of the notification systems. Whenever the notification pops up on your iPhone, it says HealAdvisor has a notification. If you tap on that, that'll take you directly to the app, and you'll be able to see what it was trying to tell you. If you don't, and you just open the advisor later, then you're going to want to go to your program schedule and see what, what popped up there. Because it may say that, you're supposed to be running, this particular program at this particular time. Right. But it doesn't actually, I've never had it actually tell me that. It goes to my scheduler.
Yeah.
It just goes to the scheduler, and it says that you have, there's basically a program that has been scheduled somehow. So Dory says that's what I did, but there was nothing. Okay. So in other words, when the message comes up on your iPhone and you tap on it, it takes you over to the app. And if there's really nothing there, as far as a notification, it's probably something on your IMF schedule. You may want to go look at your IMF schedule if you guys aren't familiar with how to do that or what that is. When you open that HealAdvisor app, and you tap on or look at the bottom of your screen, there's a home button, there's a programs button, certain buttons across the bottom. In fact, I could just share my screen and you guys can take a look at what this looks like. Hang on a second. I'm gonna have to join the call. Give me just a second, but I'll share my screen and then you guys can see a little bit about that. All right, let's do some real-time stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great question though.
Yeah, I believe that if you're doing something with the let's see, I'll have to think about this for a second. Let me open up my I'm gonna add my phone here. I'm gonna add my phone here. Here we are. Okay. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here. I think if you're doing something with the natural cycle, those give notifications about upcoming,
Yeah.
Whatever it is, whatever program you're supposed to run, there's notifications about that. But other than that, I'm not sure.
Yeah, and also I'm curious if the notifications, like, do you know what the notifications were, or was it just, hey, there's a notification with no details there as well?
It looks like Dory said that I did that, but nothing was there. In other words, as I recommended, that you would tap on the notification and then you would have something there. Let's see this means. Okay. All right, so let's go to the app here. It's the one with the wavy lines, like Jake said before. And you can see that there is the HealAdvisor, the search part, which is where the IMF programs would live. But these are the different programs that you would have if you have subscriptions. There are these various ones. There's also the animal one. I don't have that subscription. That's why it's grayed out. But under the HealAdvisor search, there's IMF. Oops, sorry. But let's go back here. Okay.
Yeah. Let's do a search for. Are you trying to go to natural cycle or the IMF? So
well, I'm going to show you here. So that here's the HealAdvisor search or natural cycle. If natural cycle was actually running, if I was doing something, which I'm not, it would be giving notifications. But at the bottom of the screen where it says programs, you got a home button and then the programs. We'll tap on that. And if you have things set up with the IMF programs, those notifications are going to tell you, like Tuesday, I have the program 15.
yeah,
it's going to tell me, I'm going to get a notification on the screen of my iPhone that I have a notification. And unless I go here, it won't know what that is.
Yeah, and so everyone can see on Ken's screen here at the top where it says the IMF program schedule, there's a little, like, on the right side, there's like a pencil And if Ken were to click on that little pencil there, this is where you can change the application time. So this is where you can change if you want basically to recommend a program in the morning, afternoon, and evening, or just the morning, or just, you can kind of customize all this here. And then after you do that, it will update the schedule. But the other option that you saw there on the thing was you can change the reminders. So if you were to click that and change reminders, that's where you can actually set up, add a reminder, and then this is where you can customize when do you want the reminders, at what time, what day of the week, that kind of thing. And you can say, yeah, so run your program.
So I can run your program. I can set it for Tuesday. I can set it for, 5, whatever. Let's see, at my time, if I set it for here, done, save. And there's a reminder that's turned on to give me a reminder at 5:13 p.m., which is in about 2 minutes my time.
Yeah.
And so if I've got my iPhone here, and I'm just hanging out, then at 5:13 I'll get a reminder to do what? Run your program.
Yeah, and also, since you do have an iPhone, it really also depends how this works and how this appears, depends on your notification settings from your iPhone for this specific app. So if you went to your settings section and then scroll down all the way to the HealAdvisor app, all the way down, just well, people have a million apps, but if you scroll all the way down, if we keep it going all the way down here, you have your whole list of all the apps that you have there, and you finally go down to HealAdvisor, and we're coming up here, HealAdvisor right there. So HealAdvisor, and then you see if you click on the notifications, this also. So you'll see, you can turn it on and off, and then if you do, obviously you have the allow notifications on. But some people, when they have their notifications, you see where it says the show previews. So some people have that set to, on mine, I have mine set to always. So and that will actually give you a preview of what the notification is. But if you have it only when it's unlocked, you'll get the pop-up that says of the notification, but it won't give you any details. Kind of like a privacy sort of setting there, or you can also put never also. But if your phone's locked and you get a notification and it's not set to always, if it's set to only when unlocked or never, it's not going to give you any details. So I can say you have a message, but not what the actual message is. So maybe you want to go in, maybe check your settings here and maybe change it to always just for the HealAdvisor app, and see if the next time you get a notification, if it actually gives you more detail there.
All right. So that's how you get there, guys. It's in your settings. Now, if you don't remember this, of course, this is all going to be recorded, but you can also go to YouTube, by the way, and say, how do I adjust settings on my iPhone 4 or 12 or whatever you got? And it's going to show you how to do that there too. So hopefully that helped out, guys. All right. Let's see. So yeah, so Dory says I don't have anything in the program. So apparently there's no IMF settings that are turned on. Something in there, even what else is in the HealAdvisor there, Jake, is email notifications. I wonder if maybe because there are not emails, but there are various notifications from corporate under the info center. There's Healy News, and maybe the newsletters are prompting a notification, because under that info center there in the HealAdvisor, you have Healy News, promotions, Healy Academy, downloads, and then Help Center. So I'm wondering if maybe if there's a Healy newsletter that pops out, that maybe there's a notification in that.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting, to see what, if anything comes up now that's different that you have there. Then also, there is the well-being section within the HealAdvisor app, where it asks you how you're feeling today, and you can put in, happy, sad, whatever, and then you can type in comments like a journal essentially for each day, and then you can go back. This is one of the features that really doesn't get discussed a whole lot, but it is within the HealAdvisor app itself. If you go to the reports section there, so it could be something related to that. But yeah, let's see. Maybe on next week's call, you can report back if anything has changed there.
Yeah. Yeah, good information, good to test drive. I play with, there's so many things that this stuff does, and even, I mean, I don't know them all.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I don't see any other questions. Any news we want to chat about, Jake? What's happening lately?
Well, we the on the not necessarily app related, but we made an announcement on. Actually, we didn't make a big announcement on that yet. It was actually just related to um, the ability to transfer devices by yourself, which is a very cool option now. So I guess I can share my screen quick here and just kind of
Yeah, I
show.
went in there and played with that a little bit just to see how it was like, what it was like. It's a new tab where we can
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we can
Yeah,
send it. Yeah, that's great.
let's see here. So, of course, a lot of people over, time with Healy, maybe they've purchased additional devices. They bought, I don't know, an extra one when there was a great promo, or they earned it a device, whether it was a fast start through the fast start or through one of our other promotions that we have. You might have extra device, and maybe there's someone that, hey, you want to give this device to, and in the past you would have to submit a support ticket, put your information, like the details of the device that you're transferring, and then you put the details of the person that you're transferring it to, and then our customer care team would process the request, and then kind of it was a manual process to do that. And then as of last week, if you go to your shop, so this is in shop, it's not in back office, not in support center, and you just click on your name at the top if you're logged in, and you see there's a device transfer tab. So you just click on device transfer, and then this is going to show you basically any device that's assigned to your account that's eligible to be transferred. So there's a note at the top here. It says, please note that devices with an active subscription are not transferable. So say you have, I don't know, a Healy resonance or something like that, and you have a subscription for bioenergetic vitalization or whatever the case may be, something that's not included with your addition, you would need to cancel that before you transfer it, because you can't transfer the subscription along with it. But in general,
Or Jake, you would transfer the subscription to a different serial number, right?
yeah, you could do that too. So
And
cancel it on that one and move it to the other one, whichever.
yeah,
But for the most part, if you have a device, it would be listed with a few exceptions here. And these are a bunch of demo devices that are just on this one account that I have. But it's really simple. You go here, you scroll down. You probably don't have as many devices on your account as this, but pick the one you want to transfer. You type in the ID number. So the 12-digit, everyone has a 12-digit ID number, whether you're a customer or a member. You have that 12-digit ID number. And you can, when you go to this section, you'll see here, it automatically tells you what your 12-digit ID is. So if you're transferring this to somebody and they don't know what their ID is, you can just have them, because everyone has to have a shop account. You can't, so even though this is automated now, the person you're transferring it to has to have a Healy account. They don't have to have purchased anything. And maybe we'll show here in just a second how you actually register somebody with without making a purchase. But if they need their ID, they can log in and go to this section, and then they'll see their 12-digit ID. So you can have them send you their 12-digit ID. You put their 12-digit ID in here, click this checkbox, and then you click Start Transfer. And then at that point, you've initiated the transfer from your side, but now the person that is receiving the device, they log into their shop, and then when they log in, they'll be in this active transfers section. There'll be basically an option for them to accept it. So you sent it, now they log in to confirm that, yes, I want to accept this transfer. And then once they do that, it's done. It's simple. It just takes, really a couple minutes for you to do the transfer, the person to log in, to accept the transfer on their end. And I mean, this is great. Transferring devices is one of our globally, usually one of our top 5 categories, because a lot of people maybe they have extra device, but want to transfer it to a family member or a friend, even if it's just temporary for them to start with. And once you transfer a device to somebody, they can transfer it back to you. Maybe you want to give it to them for, I don't know, a couple months or something like that. And then they can, when they're done using it, whatever, they can transfer that device back to your account the same way that you transferred it to them. So this part is, it doesn't get much more simple than this. Maybe the hardest part is getting the person's 12-digit ID number. Again, that's not too difficult, but say you want to do this and transfer to somebody that's not yet a Healy member or customer. What you want to do is give them your referral link, and you can get your referral link from back office. You go to the tools section, and there's a referral links area there. And then when they come to your shop page, if they go, let's go back to the main page. And then if you go down, you scroll all the way down to the bottom here, you'll see a section that says, under company, it says sign up. Okay, cool. I want to sign up here. And, well, sorry, I guess I'm logged in already to my account, so I would need to log out here. But let me log out. I'll do this. We'll log out. I believe it's going to ask me for, because I'm not in a referral section here right now. Okay, so we're glad you're interested. If you do not have a referral link, we'll help you. Please contact us using this form. So basically, yeah, you need a referral link in order to access this section. But if you were to do that, it just takes you right to, it bypasses the shopping cart and all that kind of stuff. It takes you right to the section where you pick if you want to be a member or customer. You fill in your information, name, address, that kind of stuff, email, and it creates an account for you. That's it. So you don't have to make that purchase. And then after you create that account, they'll then have the 12-digit ID assigned as well, which then can be used to transfer a device to that person.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a process, but it's important to have your own Healy account, so that you can have access to the Healy Academy, all the resources, and then get support from someone, right? You're going to have a sponsor, so that sponsor is going to help you out. I have had so many folks that, either lost connection with their sponsor or their sponsor is no longer available, and then they don't know where to go, what to do. So, they forgot their email address, their login information or whatever, and they can't get even to the academy. But this is why we're here every week or most weeks. So you guys get this kind of support. And even if you don't have a sponsor out there that you can connect with anymore, we can at least guide you, like Jake is right here, how to log in and get back into your resources.
Yep. I see some questions have come into the chat here, but while we're on this topic, I'll quickly just show how we get to those referral links, just to complete this kind of process here for anyone that's not familiar with that. This is a test account here, test USA sort of a thing. And then if you log in, this is back office. It's my.healy.world. It'll take you to the login screen. And you can log in if you're a Healy World member. Customers don't have access to back office, but once you log in on the left here, go to the little wrench, which is the tools section, and you'll see the very first link under here is called referral links. So if you click on that, you'll see there's a referral link for Asia, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, India. So pretty much every shop, individual shop, country, region shop has its own referral link, but I like to tell people just use the global referral link. That way you only have to remember one, and then when you give this link out, whoever you send it to, no matter where they live in the world, they'll be able to pick the country or region that they live in, and then they'll direct them right to that shop. So you don't need to remember all these different referral links. You can just do the global referral link, and it takes them right. They can pick which country that they're shopping in. Well, yeah, that's
pretty easy.
pretty
When you click on that referral link that somebody has provided for you, a question pops up on the screen. You choose your country, a question pops up. Is so and so your referral? And you just answer yes, and you're ready to go. Okay. So Dory's got another question. I like this one, and we could even go back to that HealAdvisor and kind of look at this. When you want to search in HealAdvisor, do you search the problem, like an allergy or something that's wrong with your body, or do you search like the healed state and your intended state? And that's a great question, because the HealAdvisor Search, and I know because Healy works in the quantum field, right? But the HealAdvisor Search module is designed for you to put an actual keyword in, a condition, something you're trying to solve physically in the body, right? And then it's going to come up with a list of a grouping of programs to assist you with that. So, I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to share my screen again. I want to show you this real quickly because it's a super great tool. And I think we all should know how to do it. It comes with everybody's Healy now. So there's no reason why you don't use it. It doesn't matter if you're a customer or a member, if you have a Healy Gold Edition or a Professional Edition, it doesn't matter. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the HealAdvisor, the one with the wavy lines. All right. And at the bottom of the screen down there, so I hit the home button, and the HealAdvisor Search right in the middle there, we tap on that. There's a disclaimer you look at first, say okay. All right. The very top box is where you would type your keyword. What condition are you looking at? Now, it depends on what edition you have, you can kind of customize it right here. You can customize it prior to this, but you can kind of set it to where it only looks in certain areas. So if you say you have a Healy Gold, you can go into the HealAdvisor and set what you have, and it'll kind of show you programs within your field. But if I choose basically Healy IMF programs or all IMF programs, either one of those is going to give a really broad database. And I'm just going to go with all Healy programs. That's going to check all the boxes. And I can look at everything, right? Whether I have the subscription or don't have the subscription. That might be too much for you. If it is, great. You just choose to get rid of what you don't have and just choose the IMF programs, which would be on the Healy 2 app. And then you can put your keyword at the top up here. So Dory mentioned the word allergies. We'll just see what that word pops up. And you can see here, these are groupings. So these three, or what you're seeing right here, are 4 of the top groupings. Each one of these groupings, if I tap on the top one, because it's always going to be the most important is going to be the top. We'll tap on the top one, and now it gives me a group of programs. All right. If I click on the little star next to these, I can add these to that program pool that I showed you before and make a schedule so that gives me those notifications. I can do that here. But these just give you the list of programs. Some of these are already on my list, by the way. That's why it's starred already. But anyway, that's how you would look at that.
Yeah, I mean, and Ken, right, just from looking at the names of some of these programs, it kind of makes sense that this would pop up for that particular topic. And really, of course, whenever you're typing stuff in, you got to keep on this isn't a treatment for whatever you're going through. These are frequency programs that contain frequencies to help support you if you're having particular issues and that kind of thing along the way. They contain beneficial frequencies that could support at this time. So, and again, there's a lot here. We have over 200 plus Healy programs, and of course, a lot of them, have similar type benefits. Different program names, but they can be used all together. And this is where the power of creating that IMF schedule comes into play, because rather than just run one program, like if you were to pick this first one, small intestine, meridians 1, and just run it over and over and over again, rather than create a schedule, and maybe it'll actually put this into a schedule for you. Maybe it's going to say run small intestine in the morning, sensitivity in the afternoon, and fatigue in the evening. And then it's going to go to the next 3 on the list, defense, and then food imbalance, and then impurities the next day. And it'll cycle through this whole thing. And you can kind of go through that whole sequence. So rather than just picking 1 or 2, go through the whole series of programs related to whatever topic you're putting in there, and see how that helps support you for that particular topic.
And you notice that how it's got these numbers now after the all IMF programs. So there's 16 total. And it shows you what categories they're in. They're 1 under bioenergetic vitalization, 6 in the digital nutrition, and 9 within the other categories. So as Jake said, if I was to put stars next to all these, just like I did, and then I go back to my programs, all these programs that I chose, we can add these to this daily schedule, right? And then it will give me notifications to run those programs. And we can it's kind of a no-brainer thing. It just makes it automatic, and then you just variety of things throughout the week. It's super powerful.
And Ken, while you're in HealAdvisor, this is kind of like the HealAdvisor episode tonight, but if you go back to, you mentioned being able to customize which edition you have. Like, let's go to the settings section here, and then the program groups. So then you'll see here, we have the reminders, which is that section that we showed earlier where you can kind of customize reminders. And you see Ken has one that he set up earlier, run your program at 5:13. But if you go back, if you're Healy Edition, this is where, when you first install this app, this is the section that's going to guide you through to pick which programs that you have the first time before you run HealAdvisor Search. But if you want to, maybe there's a different Healy edition. You want to see, okay, if I only have a residence edition, what programs it would recommend versus, say, a professional there too.
Yeah, this makes it easier for you to choose. Well, it'll pick programs, and I know people get kind of confused if you choose all Healy programs and then you make the schedule or you write down all the programs and then you go to your Healy 2 app and it's not there. It's like, well, it gets a little confusing. Well, that's because the edition you have may not have the programs that came up on the search. So here is a great spot where you can customize this. And then you'll make sure that whatever it chooses for you are within the parameters of your hardware or software.
Yep.
Okay.
And then if you could go back to the settings there. So this is the other thing that I mentioned earlier. If you go to the reports section here, so this is that part where you can actually, if you have this setting enabled, you can put in here essentially each day how you're feeling, and then it'll give you like a log over time, or kind of show you, and you can put in comments and that kind of thing too. It's just a little nice, and then of course Ken's doing great because he's on Tech Tip Tuesday right now. So.
I'm awesome.
Yeah. So you see there, Yeah, but yeah, of course, this is looks a lot more interesting if you were to do this every single day and kind of see over time. You have some good days, some bad days, whatever, that kind of thing. But that is available in this report section here too. So.
So here's there was a question about what are HRV programs. So you probably saw that in my list here. So I don't think I have those. I don't know if I can show you.
Yeah, the HRV, related to the watch programs,
Yeah.
I believe, but
I don't think I could show you. Yeah, heart rate
yeah.
variability is what that stands for. If you're not sure what that means, heart rate variability, that is going to be the watch measuring in the watch connect module. There's content around that, but we're not doing that anymore, right?
No.
No. Okay.
The programs are still available for anyone that had the watch before, but yeah, it's no longer available for new members or customers.
All right. This is kind of the HealAdvisor night.
I know, yeah.
All right. Because the recording is going to be useful somewhere along the line when somebody's going back to look at things. Okay, what else do we have? Is that it for questions? Are we caught up still? You guys are a quiet audience tonight. I don't see anything new. When it comes to that new feature, as far as being able to transfer devices, I'm telling you, that's gold. Now, question for you, Jake, about a customer.
Mm-hmm.
If a customer wants to transfer a device, never mind. I guess it's still in the shop page. So
Yeah. Since it's not in back office, since it is in shop, everyone can access it.
but they're not going to have a referral link to enroll.
No, yeah. So they wouldn't be able to give out a referral to somebody that they might want to transfer to. That person would have to say they're just a customer and they want to transfer it to, I don't know, their son or something like that. Their son would have to enroll as a member or customer underneath an existing independent Healy World member in order to do that.
Right.
Or that person could convert their account from a customer account to a member account, and then at that point they'd get that referral link.
Yeah, folks. Anybody out there that's a customer account, it's no different really, and there's no cost for either one. But in order to have a referral link to transfer a device to somebody else, a customer account does not have a referral link. They're not really trying to distribute the product. They're just a customer and loving the product. But that customer can just as easily convert over to a member, and that's just submitting a ticket to customer service, and they'll switch them over. And then you can actually switch back, but you switch over, you'll have a referral link, then you could send that to that person to transfer the device to. That's a possibility. Okay, so Dory says, now that I'm trying to check my HealAdvisor settings, it won't open. Says it's the data is trying to sync. So one of the things that it's doing, remember, whenever you open these database-driven apps, okay, whether it's the HealAdvisor or the HealAdvisor Search or any app, it's first going to go to it's going to look for any updates that are associated with the app. That means it needs to have either a Wi-Fi or it needs to have some kind of a cellular network data capability. And let's say that your Wi-Fi is really slow or it's not even working at all. Now, let me tell you something. Even though your phone has that little fan emblem at the top of the screen that symbolizes Wi-Fi, if there's something wrong with the service that's coming to your location, whether you're at a coffee shop or in your home, and there's something wrong with the service, the wireless routers, by the way, folks, will still transmit a radio signal to your smart device. So your smart device will think it's getting, or I should say, it's going to indicate that it's getting a signal from your router, but it does not mean you have data transfer. Okay, so Normally when there is something wrong with something not synchronizing for a very long period of time, or sitting there spinning and spinning and spinning, that's because of a data transfer rate problem. That's with the smartphone, not necessarily the app. And so one thing you can do is you can turn your Wi-Fi off. Just know that it's going to use your cellular network data to transfer information, to download from the cloud and update your app, all that kind of stuff. So if that's okay with you, then you might try turning the Wi-Fi off to get it to synchronize. There's a lot of different things, and this is not unusual from either other apps as well. It's just Healy transfers a lot of information from the cloud to your smart device. So if that Wi-Fi connection or that data transfer system on the cellular system is not working right, or it's too slow. Now, bandwidth or data transfer rate is another important concept. So whether you're on your Wi-Fi or your cellular network, if your cell network is low, you're in a bad location, the transfer rate is too slow, it'll time out. So Dory says my Wi-Fi drops constantly. So there's another good reason why that download won't happen, or it'll time out, or it'll sit there and just, you know how the little icons is raining and raining and raining and raining and never actually opening. So hopefully that helps, guys. Okay. Carrie's got a question here. It says, I have a question about the old HealAdvisor app. It seems like it had some different functions that are no longer offered, such as the coaching, or have I not found it within the new app? They're still there. All those other modules are still there on the new app, on the new HealAdvisor 2. They are now, you want to make sure that you synchronize, obviously when you log into the new app, it does that same thing, that Dory's talking about, just sit there and rain down. So it's going to update all the data. So basically when you get the new app, it's like a skeletal version. There's really nothing in it. Not until you log in, and then it does this update and synchronization, sends a code to your email. You enter the code, and then everything's synchronized with your account. That needs to happen first before you see any of the other cool stuff that your app's going to have. I'll show you. We'll just share screen again real quick, and we'll take a look at that, see what that looks like. All right. So I'll go to the HealAdvisor Analyse 2. Now you notice I have them both on the screen right here because I still have people asking me about the old blue dot. I got rid of the pink dot because it's just, if anybody's using that, it's not working at all. Okay, so there's the HealAdvisor Analyse 2. When I open that, there's your notification. Click on next. It does the little downloading from the cloud, gives you a little data transfer at the top, gives you a process, and then boom, there's all of the modules, including the coaching module right there. So Carrie, if you're not seeing this, you're not logged in. Something's up.
Yeah, there's no modules in the old app that aren't available in the new one. So,
and by the way, that business suite, I know maybe not everybody got to see that.
yeah,
but
this business suite is it's going to be released soon, but it's currently just being tested by a few people. It's very cool. We've talked a lot about it on What's Up Wednesday, and actually not tomorrow, but next Wednesday, July 24th, Mark Whitman's going to be doing a live training on the business suite. So definitely, if you're looking for more information on that, join us next Wednesday. HealAdvisor.com will take you right to the What's Up Wednesday link. I'll put that in the chat here.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely be there. Martin's awesome. Lots of great information. It's going to be definitely worth your time. Okay, so Deb has a question here. When I run the water activation program over a jug of water, after the program ends and I pour the water into a drinking cup, will the activated is disrupted? Is the water still as good as activated? Yes. So you send frequency. Here's the thing about information field. Information field, we look at things from our tangible three-dimensional matter world. Our senses, our eyes see depth and texture and color and all this content. And the interesting part about all the content, all the things that our senses perceive, is a teeny tiny, most smallest of small part of the information field. And it's really tough for us to imagine how powerful a frequency is and how much it can do at the speed of light. Because a frequency or information moves in orbits within our domain through electron and photon energy. So if you've ever shot a flashlight at something, just try this. Try turning it on and turning it off and count the number of seconds that takes the light to hit the wall. 0, right? You turn the light on, boom, the light's there on the wall. You turn it off, boom, it's gone. So everything works in the energy field or the field of frequencies just like that. So when you turn your MagHealy on and you put it on your jug of water, those frequencies instantaneously populate every molecule of water in that container, everyone, instantly. Now, yeah, it runs for 15 minutes, whatever. Great, but it's already happened in a split second. And then that water, every molecule in there, every molecule is activated with the information, because the molecule contains a whole bunch of electrons and the electrons contain the information. That's where the frequency is captured. Okay, so now the water has memory, history, information. So you take one cup and you take your jug, pour into one cup, drink it, the information's there. Another cup, drink it, information's there. Now the technical data says that information lasts for a span of time. As an engineer, I know how long a magnetic wave lingers. It's infinite. It's just the amplitude dies down over time, right? Never to absolute zero though, but it gets lower and lower and lower. So pour your jug of water, drink it, share it with everybody in the room, whatever you want to do. It's in every molecule of water, from one drop to the whole jug.
I actually really like the question. The official recommendation is to, after the water is activated, to drink it within 12 hours. But as Ken mentioned, it never completely goes away there. But it's for some people. Yeah, does it? If you're pouring it, it's like, okay, now that it's activated, I can't touch it. I need to drink it with a straw or something like that, and not slosh it around or whatever. But yeah, just the act of drinking it moves the water around. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like where if you bump the water, that all the memory's gone and it no longer knew what happened there. So, but that's a great question. I would ask the same thing. So
it's a great question, and it's in every molecule of water. So you can take that glass of water and just splash it on your face, right? And it's dripping down all over your body, and it's in every molecule. So if your skin's absorbing that, it's also absorbing the information in the water molecule. So that's why I said we don't look at things at the very, very tiny. We look at things from what we're used to, in the big world.
Yeah.
All right. Great question, though. Thanks for that. So Carrie says, I do not have the coach or the business suite. So that's why it's not showing up. If your account is Well, let's see. What one does not come with the coach?
The coach,
The
it does not come with the Resonance Edition.
resonance.
So if you have, say, I believe the Resonance Plus has one of the
It-
coach modules, but not both.
yeah.
Yeah, so the Resonance Plus has the Success Coach. Actually, yeah, it does have the Success Coach. So yeah, depending on when you bought your Healy Edition, of course, some of the programs, what comes with it, you get what comes with it at the time of purchase, and it's changed a little bit over the years. But if you've never had it and it never came with your edition, then you can always add it. You can just go to the Healy shop. So she had it previously, bought the Healy Pro 2 years ago. So if you had it previously and you don't right now, there could be some sort of activation issue. But yeah, I would definitely, you can reach out to our, Dominique's on the call here. I don't know if she can maybe if you send her a private message with your serial number, maybe she can take a look. We only have a few minutes left on the call, but if not tonight, you can reach our tech support team via live chat from Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if you just go to our shop and go to I'll just kind of show you. Well, yeah, just go to the shop, the bottom right-hand corner within those hours, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern, there's a little widget for the live chat, and you can be connected directly to an agent. They can take a look as well.
All right. Yeah, like Jake said too, Carrie, you could send Dogny a private message here, maybe with your serial number, and then she could take a look at that. Okay. Dory, is that a new message? It says cloud data being synced. Is that still being synced? Or did it finally go through, or your Wi-Fi still giving you some trouble? Now, another thing too is so Don is putting some great information in there, by the way, folks, for you that you may be having some trouble with synchronizing or downloading from the Healy cloud. Things such as we've mentioned it before, things such as VPN security, access controls. Those are VPNs that are on your Wi-Fi network. Maybe at your home, whatever, those are going to block out the synchronization issue or capacities, or at coffee shops or public domain areas, public Wi-Fi's. I try not to use those if I can, because they are consumed by, especially if it's very busy. Yeah, a lot of people think about it. Your Wi-Fi has a certain bandwidth. In other words, there's this much. I'm putting my hands up right now, by the way. It's this wide of information, right? And if you got 1,000 people in an area trying to access it, and that information that they are trying to force in is much wider than the bandwidth that's available to offer everybody, you're not going to get information fast enough. And a lot of apps are going to be glitchy or timeout. Timeout means that it's taken too long for the requested data to actually land in the app, and it times out. Okay. Okay, so Rhonda's got a question here for us. Jake says, just received my Healy, but who do I contact if one of my wristbands does not stay snapped? Assuming snapped to the wire. Tried sending an email, but maybe wrong one. So again, as Jake said, in the shop page, there's a chat right there that you can.
Yeah, let me, since it came up again here, let me just I'll share my screen again.
Yeah.
So this is the most convenient place to go. You can log in to, I guess I can show that also, log into to the help center. But if you go to our shop, even if you go to our shop right now, even though our customer care team is not working at this hour, but you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner, I minimized it here, but if you bring it back up, It said that our self-assist chatbots currently available in English. Operators are available from 8 to 5. Of course, many questions can be answered through this sort of self-service bot, but it says you've reached us after hours or when all of our agents are helping others. What would you like to do? So you can go through the self-service flow, and then it can kind of provide support or answers to certain questions, maybe troubleshooting tips, that kind of thing. A whole range of topics. But if you want to just create a support ticket, rather than go to the support center, you can do it right from the chatbot here. So it says you can pick self-service or support ticket. So if you're having a problem with the connection cable that's not, for some reason not staying snapped to the wristband, you can just click support ticket, and it's going to ask for name, email, department, and then your username, and it'll just basically create the support ticket for you, and then someone from our team will get back to you, usually within the next business day, to reach out. And in this case, it'll most likely just be I'll send a replacement cable or wristband or both, depending on what they would determine there. So I've actually, first time I've ever heard of a connection cable not staying snapped. But
Yeah, if there's something, there's supposed to be the snap itself, it's like a little button snap, no different than most snaps. But if, I don't know, in manufacturing, let's say that the wristband got the wrong size button crimped on, right? Because I have had some other brands, not Healy, not the ones that other brands of devices that snap on, that the button is smaller, and so the wire, the electrode, won't stay connected. So you should have a nice, you can hear a click, right? You should hear that nice solid click, and it should not fall off. So if it's falling off, something's happening there, then definitely you want to get a hold of customer support.
Yeah, we'll definitely get that fixed. And usually they're so tight that if you were to pull on them, you might break the cable before it actually comes on snap.
I catch mine. So I'm super active and I wear my Healy everywhere. I am so amazed at how tough this thing is. I'm not saying go out skydiving with your Healy, but anyway, the point is I do a lot of active stuff with my Healy. A lot of times I stuff it down my shirt when I'm doing some super active stuff, but I get these caught because I'm doing all kinds of stuff, from motorcycle riding to pruning the tree to whatever, all kinds of stuff. And these are tough. I'd say I have these wires that I have now. I want to say these are probably the second set I ever bought, and I've been with Healy for almost 5 years now, at least 4.5. The first set, I got to admit, the first set that I ever got with my first Healy, it has one of them. Finally, I broke it, but that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Dory's asking, where did somebody make my hat? Yeah, my hat. This is a custom hat, so it says Epigeneer on it. It was custom made and bordered, because that's my title, is an Epigeneer. Yeah, it's a one of a kind.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Saranda says yes. One doesn't click, and slightest move, it pops off. Yeah, so there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Either the wristband or the wire. Now, here's the way you test it. If do both of the wires clip onto one properly and stay on? And if that's yes, then if both the wires don't click onto the other one, then it's the wristband. Okay. We can guarantee it's the wristband. If the wires work properly on one of the wristbands and not the other, then we can probably guarantee it's the wristband. All right. Well, guys, we are at the end of the hour. I think we've answered everybody's questions, haven't we?
Yeah, maybe you can remind everybody how to save the chat, as we always do at the end here.
Oh, and great news. Dory says it's working now.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
All right. So you got your download going, right? Awesome. I love it when something works like that. It's great. So yeah, folks, by the way, if there's some content in the chat, there's some links and stuff in there, some great stuff that Donnie put in there. You want to save that chat. There are 3 little dots down by where you would put your message in, or at the top of your chat box. 3 little dots. Click on those 3 little dots. It's going to pop open a save chat function. When you click on that save chat function, if you're on your PC or your laptop, at the end of the call, when we get off here, a message will pop up on your screen. It says with the file right there, and that's the file of the chat. You can rename it, save it on your desktop, do whatever you want with it. But you'll have all the messages that are in there and all the answers. So hopefully that helps, folks. If this was great for you, awesome. Please invite a friend next time. If there's anyone that's talking to you that's having some struggles, just want some clarification and has some free time this time of evening on Tuesday, please join us. Thanks, Jake. Thanks, Dongni.
Yeah. Thank you, Ken. Thanks, Dongni.
You guys are always awesome. It's great working with y'all. Thanks, audience, for being here. Click the 3 dots. We're out of here.
Have a great night. Thank you.
Bye, guys.